And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. It is show number 2 of the day. It's a triple header here on the show, too. So we do thank the Brothers Manu, the indie rock band, of course, for joining us earlier today. And our good friend Barton Stanley David's going to drop by about 3:30 today or so. And busy day here on the Backstage Pass presented by our good friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Check them out, bangtail.com. We're, of course, out there on that Easy Liquor app. And our friends at MitchMacs.com and, of course, Hank Jr. Productions. Appreciate all the work that our sponsors do out there. It is live on the YouTube channel, the Backstage Pass, and, of course, at the Sports Guys podcast.com. We're always there live on the website. Well, I tell you what, I got a chance to meet this young lady back at Country Radio Seminar. And since then, she's fired me up, as the debut single did back then. And she's firing herself up, and she's never looked back ever since the move to Nashville. And just so many great things headed her way in her camp. And she's got some great sound. And, of course, the latest single out there we're going to talk all about today just came out. Seeing Somebody came out May the 13th. Maggie Baugh back here on the Backstage Pass. Mags, how we doing?
Hey, what's up?
Good to have you here on the show, and so great to meet you in Nashville. Well, I tell you what, for the people that don't know your story or could be tuning in for the broadcast for the first time, you got hooked on music at a young age, multi-instrumentalist. We've talked about this many times. The move to Nashville at 18 was pretty amazing. You looked at your dreams and, went down there and didn't look back. And this thing is done pretty well for you. So kind of update people on just the path and just your love for music from an early age.
So I started playing violin when I was 6 years old, and I was classically trained all the way up until about middle school. And that's kind of when I fell in love with country music and started writing and playing guitar. And so I moved to Nashville, like you said, when I was 18 on my own. My family is still down in South Florida where I'm from. And I just was like, I'm going to take it by the hand and not look back, kind of like what you said. And, I've been kind of out here doing it for about 4 years now. Seeing Somebody came out last month, which is crazy. I can't believe it's already a month out. Next week is gonna be really exciting for me. I got a lot of really exciting news and things coming up. So that's me.
When you look back at that debut single, and we talked about that, I think even a little bit in Nashville, Fire Me Up, which came out in 2019, and you look at singles after singles, take me through the progression of kind of that Maggie Baugh sound and kind of what you're going for. And everybody just says, just improving upon the last one, improving upon the next one, and getting the next piece of music out there. You've come a long way since Fire Me Up, but every song, man, is hit some type of different chart, some type of media outlet, gotten some type of national attention out there through national media. That's a credit to your team, your songwriters, and just your voice in general.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. The last year, before Drinking in the Broken Hearts came out, Think About Me, and that whole era, I was completely on my own. It was just me. Very, very grateful for everything that happened. And, with Seeing Somebody, I'm sure that there's still going to be so many great things to come, especially with my new singles that will be coming out very soon. I'm just so excited, man, the progression, it's like, I'm always in love with the last song I wrote, and I'm always in love with the last song I put out. And then anything 2 years old or older, I'm always like, okay, well, we're gonna delete that because I did that when I was 5. So now it's
you had a love. You told me this in Nashville about we're doing the show up there. Sarah Evans, Rascal Flatts, and discovering those type of sounds, and just great for like I said, pouring your heart out through your lyrics and the different country music. Why those artists? Tell me a little bit about Sarah and Rascal Flatts. What attracted you to them?
So one thing I loved about Rascal Flatts is Gary, the lead singer. Obviously, it's his vocal runs. He's incredible. I mean, between seeing Life as a Highway and the Cars movie, that's kind of, I think, how I got hooked on it, is Life as a Highway growing up. But Gary is just the way that he sings and the way that he is just such an incredible vocalist. I think that is one thing that I really admire. And between Sarah Evans, Suds in the Bucket was the first country song I ever learned how to play on guitar. So it was just that type of style of music, the older country that really got me into the country genre. It was telling a story and really having fans relate to it.
Well, tell me about this, because, Thinking About Me just really went viral out there. Think About Me did. And I mean, honestly, you had so many great opportunities to open up with that. I know you were telling me about the 1 million streams on Spotify, and of course, just a viral hit coming off that first single. But Think About Me, such a fantastic song. And then tell people just the other, I know what it is, but I'd rather hear from you, the other opportunities that opened up with the likes of Luke Bryan and Trace Atkins coming into the picture, that you had to be just kind of deer in the headlight, what's going on?
Well, it's really insane because like I feel like every little opportunity always opens like another door, and it's been really really fun with like my musicality and just like being a musician at heart. You know, being a fiddle player has opened up so many opportunities already between getting asked to open for other people, to play with other people, or to play with other people to then go on the road, and then like having the opportunities happen like being the fiddle player in the Trey Adkins and Luke Bryan Pitbull music video. That was so much fun, and so I've done so much of that musicality, musicianship kind of situation where I'm like playing with other artists and opening up for big artists. Like I played with an artist in town. We got to open up for Kip Moore. So that was really fun. Where it was like, if I wasn't a fiddle player, I wouldn't have had that opportunity. And so I actually have an opportunity next week that is releasing on next Friday. I'm so excited about it. And I'm playing the fiddle. So it's kind of one of those things where it's just like, that has opened so many doors for me, just like being a musician at heart. And then obviously having the artist thing as well.
I love that too. Now I'm going to go back. I love this because we always stay in touch with stuff like this. And there was this Disney show called Little Einsteins, and you would watch it too out there. You told me about this in Nashville. Tell people about that particular Disney show, and basically you began to play the violin too. Tell people about that don't know about that little Disney show. Yeah,
so there's this little Disney show that I used to watch when I was younger, and to put it in perspective, I was born in 2000, if that helps. Little Einsteins I used to watch when I was really young, and so the dominant instrument in classical music is a violin. And if you're not familiar with what Little Einsteins is like this little cartoon show that talks about classical music going through adventures, and classical music is really good for like younger ears and wow, I can't speak today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little sick.
That's all good.
Sensory images and stuff like that in your brain when you're younger. It's like that's why they always play classical music. Anyway, there's this like little show called Little Einsteins, and the dominant instruments fiddle or violin. And so they would go on these like little adventures, opening up pyramids and stuff like that. And anyway, that's why I asked for a violin, because I was like, I used to watch that, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to open things and treasure and go on treasure hunts with my violin.
I love it too because you told me that story. Carnegie Hall. Tell me about this, because that's, again, you start saying Carnegie Hall, you start going, what? Maggie Baugh's caught fire too, even at a young age. What was that experience like?
Honestly, it's so funny because like I look back at pictures and look at it in my little like Carnegie Hall like violin dress and stuff, and I'm just kind of like I don't remember it a lot, honestly. Like I remember being in 7th grade and getting asked to play Carnegie Hall, and I don't really think I knew like how big of a deal it was, and I don't really think I knew like the scale of awesomeness that I was about to like endure. You know what I mean? It's like you don't really like. There's so many things that when you're younger that you get to do that I don't think I wouldn't say that you're naive, but you just like don't understand like how cool it is and like the scale of things like that. Like for example, I played with Charlie Daniels when I was 13, and obviously I still look up to him today. God, my God. But it's like one of those things where it was just like I don't really think I understood how awesome that was until obviously like something awful happened where like he passed away. But just like being older and looking back, it's just like I really wish that I was like, smart enough to like remember all that stuff.
Well, you look at those photos, and that's what the pictures are for too. Because I mean, I always tell myself, being a first-time dad now, having a 2-year-old, she's not going to remember anything that I've done the first 2 years, but taking as many photos as we can, and just recording little videos we can show her as she gets older. That's you did that, yeah, honey, you did that. That was part of it. It was one of those little things, life moments we capture through the camera and things like that. But that's something you'll always be able to cherish, forever, for the rest of your life, no doubt about it. Tell me about the touring. I know that I love doing this because I want to get to Nashville when you do this one day, but you're always doing some great things with Maggie Baugh and Friends. I know there's a June edition coming up with a great lineup. Oh, my God. Alyssa Bonagura is one of my favorite musicians out there. We had her on the show at CRS, too, and just an amazing talent. Tell people, of course, your social pages, the announcements, the lineup, and all about it.
Yeah, so I put on a once-a-month residency show in Nashville, at 3rd and Lindsley, called Maggie Baugh and Friends. It's such a fun little show that I do. It's a full band show, and the reason that we do it, we have a house band, and so the house band will come in and learn everybody's songs. So there's not a whole lot of like instrumental switches and stuff, but there's not a lot of places in Nashville where artists can play full band, and that's really one thing why I wanted to start this, is because a lot of people don't really understand that, like, when you play or book a full band show in Nashville, you're going out of pocket between $100 to like $300. You know what I mean? And for an artist like me to play 3 songs at $300, like, isn't worth it. So we end up starting to play songwriter rounds, and songwriter rounds are really, really fun. Like, there are so many of them in Nashville, but for an artist like me, I really think that I showcase a lot better when I play with a full band. And so I really wanted to be able to give not only myself, but artists in town an opportunity to play full band where they don't have to pay for a band, which is why we started Maggie Baugh and Friends. And it's been so fun. You know, CMT took over our last show in May, and now we have the June edition next week, and it's going to be so much fun. I know that there's going to be a June one and an August one. I think we might skip September because I have a really fun announcement coming out on Monday. So stay tuned for that. So excited. I don't want to get in trouble by like saying it too early. So just look out for my socials on Monday.
Look out for that exciting announcement. I knew there's more exciting things are coming from this young ladies camp, no doubt about it. Hey, tell me about the outside of the Maggie Baugh and Friends music show there, of course. I mean, touring's back, of course. Everybody's opening for somebody, doing something out there with the music festivals and the state fairs. What's it felt like to be back on stage?
It has been so great. You know what I mean? Like, I've never been the type of person where it's like, it's all the lights and the shiny things and wearing glitter is what like makes me like going on stage. I just like playing music for people and just like letting them forget about what's going on in their life for like 2 hours, you know? And so I mean, man, just going back on stage after not being on stage for a long time is like one of the greatest feelings in the world.
I love it too. And it's like I said, music like this, it keeps me going. It's Drinking to the Broken Hearts. And of course, the latest single, Seeing Somebody, you guys can go check out across all the digital platforms. If you hear that sound in the background, that's thunder. I'm getting some bad weather here in Texas, so we'll just kind of make do with what we have. Hope the signal holds up here. We got some good thunder and lightning coming in. We need the rain down here, Maggie. It's been dry in Texas, so we need some showers to come through here. So hopefully the signal will hold up. We'll be fine. Again, on the YouTube channel, the Backstage Pass live on the Sports Guys podcast.com. You can also catch the show now as they revamp their lineup on nightwaveradio.net, a great internet station out of Oklahoma. So if you guys want to check that out, check out their Facebook page, Nightwave Radio. Definitely you can find the Backstage Pass on there now. And like Mag said, some more exciting announcements coming up, including this show over the next few weeks too as well. We're coming right back. We'll do rapid fire. Word from our sponsors. Got to pay some bills, Maggie. That's how this show works. Bangtail Whiskey and our friends over at MitchMacs. More with Nashville recording artist Maggie Baugh. It is the Backstage Pass. Stay tuned.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And there we go. Of course, some earlier times for the summer vacation. We may do shows at 1:30, 2:30, just whenever I feel like it. We just do shows here on the Backstage Pass. That's a good thing about it here. Again, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com and, of course, available on the YouTube channel and at nightwaveradio.net. You can hear the audio version of the show there on Thursdays and Fridays, even in the UK now, Maggie. So we're getting to be worldwide. It's a good thing here on the show here too as well. Always wanted to branch out and be heard in the UK for some reason.
So exciting! Congratulations.
Well, thank you for that. Hey, let's break down the latest project, Seeing Somebody, which came out there in May. Had to be excited about this one. Already creating a lot of buzz from media outlets and different people out there. Of course, all the Mag fans out there and just everybody who enjoys country music. Where did this one come from?
So my good friend and I, Lauren Massetti, we wrote this song together. And honestly, like it's a song for your best friends. when you're in like that first date honeymoon phase, I'm guilty of this too. There's so many people who will be like, oh my gosh, like, when are you putting your ring on it? Like, are you getting married? Are you going on a second date? When do I get to meet him? When are you taking him? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we all have friends like that. And so it's basically a song about that, to tell your friends to be like, hold on, honey, I am just seeing somebody. I don't know where this is going. I don't know what it looks like in a couple of weeks, couple days, or even tomorrow. It's just about living in the moment and just telling everybody, like, I'm just seeing somebody.
I loved, like I said, music video too for you guys. Is there plans for that coming up too? Because I did love, Drinking to the Broken Hearts, when you guys put that out as a music video. I thought that was one of my favorites. Well done, great project. The people you hired on that to get that thing done, it just everything was great, from the visuals to the sound. You guys looking at a music video for Seeing Somebody?
I would love to do a music video for Seeing Somebody. It's so funny. Is it like I have something getting released on Monday and something getting released next Friday. And so, when Seeing Somebody came out, it was kind of just like we were just getting ready for that. And so there was so much content. Like, it's so funny with me. It's just like there will never, ever not be anything going on. So it's kind of like between the announcement on Monday, between Maggie Baugh and Friends next Wednesday, between the announcement on Friday, it's just kind of like there is so much going on. In a music video in the works, a new single after that, and another music video in the works, and then going on the road in September. It's like, oh my goodness. Always something.
I know the feeling, no doubt about it too. And then what you guys did, of course, I loved. Think About Me was such a very popular song for you out there.
Think About Me is a year old tomorrow.
Isn't that crazy? And the video, just again, y'all did a great job, bang up job there on the video too. Great job.
Yeah,
it was fantastic too. Well, tell me about this too, because I love this. We talked about getting back on stage and kind of enjoying that too. But it's this female, I guess, push now of great country artists that are out there. We got to meet several of them. We were there covering CRS, but man, just Lainey Wilson and Lindsay L. and Ashley McBride and Carly Pierce. This rush of female country artists, my friend, this has been a pretty amazing time for females in the industry, right?
Yes, I'm very grateful and happy to be one of them.
You're doing that too, and I can see you stepping on that stage. I'm ready for some Maggie standing at center circle with the Grand Ole Opry standing inside of that too at the same time. And I know that's got to be in the works coming up real soon. The Grand Ole Opry.
I would die. Honestly, it's so like, the Grand Ole Opry has been like one of my dreams to play at ever since I was so young. Like, any other interview that I've ever done, like anybody asks me where my dream is to play, it's always the Opry. And so what's so funny is that I always go back and forth. I'm like, man, like, am I ready? Like, how many of the great people I've played on that stage? It's so funny. Like, I always fight with my head and my heart on this, because I'm just like, if somebody asked me to play it tonight, I'd be like, no. Like, I don't do it. Like, one, you don't tell the Grand Ole Opry no, my God. But like, two, it's just kind of like, I'm like, oh my God, do you know how many people have like played on that stage? One, two, like, I'm not ready. Three, it's just kind of like, that's it. Like, that's my dream right there. So it's like, if I already do my dream at 22, it's like, where am I going from here?
One of my good friends is stepping on there for the first time, I think this September, is Texas country artist John Wolf, who's fantastic out there. And John is making his Grand Ole Opry debut this September. So I tell you, if John can do it, it's and definitely that was overdue. It's going to come for Maggie Baugh. And I've made some bold projections here on the show before, and people know me. I get 99.9% correct, so that's a pretty good high percentage here. I expect it to
that's almost
occur.
Per Purell.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. No doubt about it. Hey, take me back. I didn't get a chance to go this year, but I saw your photos, and of course everybody out there, some video stuff. CMA Fest, how was it?
It was a lot of fun. It was my first time officially doing anything with the Spotify house, and man, it was just such a blast. So I'm just so grateful.
Well, I saw some of those videos. I think even Kirsty may have captured some of the footage there. We put some of your performances up there on our socials out there. So great to see you out there. Let me ask you about this. Is there plans for any type of EP or full-length album coming up soon?
I don't know yet. I'm the creative type. It's just kind of like I change my mind every 5 seconds. Not only am I female, I'm an artist. So, those are the two worst combinations ever. And so stay tuned.
All right. Good words to say here on the show. You never know what she's going to do. Like, and Don's right. So many announcements, always keeping the fans in suspense. One of his comments here, it's just great because every day you've got something going on your social media. Even I get notifications now as to what Maggie's doing out there on social media too as well. Seeing Somebody's the current single. Make sure you guys go check that out. All right. Tell you what, you ready for a little rapid fire? We'll do this and
Lord,
we'll have a little fun. Let's do this. All right. The latest craving. What cuisine, what food have you gotten into?
I love chips and guacamole.
It's a good.
I've been craving it. Now that you said it, oh my God, I really want to go get it.
You're gonna go get it.
Yeah.
All right. Favorite Mexican place? Now we've discovered that. Favorite Mexican restaurant in Nashville? What would it be?
Yes, El Fuego all the way. It's on Gallows and Pike. It's my favorite. Strawberry margaritas and guacamole and chips.
There you go. See right
Now
there.
you're making me hungry, Brandon.
I know. And what's funny is I ate a couple hours ago, but those cravings are always a good thing. All right, favorite drinks to wind up or wind down, what would they be?
I don't really drink that much alcohol or drink
Mhm.
anything besides water. It's funny, I don't really drink Coke products. I don't even drink bubbly water that much.
Okay.
I'm really boring. Like, as much as it looks like I have something going on all the time, like I'm glad, but like really I'm just super boring. Like,
Well, I'll tell you what, I tried this new drink last night. I'm actually going to give you the recipe right now as I look this up, but I'm ready for this. If you're ready for this, I'm going to make this for July 4th, and I'm going to do you can actually do it by the glass, or you can do it by the pitcher. And what I'm going to do is, it is actually a watermelon margarita. And this is, I'll say margarita, more or less on the rocks. It's good. It's 4 ounces of ginger ale, 4 ounces of watermelon syrup, and then you get about 16 ounces of Moscato, kind of a sangria wine. Mix it all together, and of course, put it in a pitcher, whatever. Stir it up, fill it up with ice, make sure it's cold, and you cut up some fruit like oranges or strawberries, whatever you want to throw in there. And the Moscato just made. I went to Olive Garden last night. And I had to announce that on the show today for anybody looking for a good July 4th drink. It may be a little kind of foo-foo, but hey, it's still good. And I'm not a beer connoisseur anymore. I'm a whiskey connoisseur, hence being sponsored by a whiskey company. So that plus a little bit of the sangria or that watermelon kind of flavor. So try that out. I'll have to send you the recipe. I'll do that. So you guys can check that out too. Now I want chips and guac, and I want one of those Moscato watermelon drinks.
Literally, the more we keep saying guacamole, I'm about to go drive to El Fuego after this.
I love that too. All right, dream destination vacation. If you haven't been already, where would you like to go?
I'd love to go to Maldives. Mm-hmm. I've been really lucky enough to have traveled to Thailand when I was younger. My dad used to go all around the world for work before he had kids, but because I was the first kid, I got to travel a bunch before he switched jobs. So I've been to stuff like that. I'd love to go when I'm older, like France, and go to the Eiffel Tower and stuff like that, and go to Mexico, participate in all the festivities down there. But
now, I know you did something a while back, which was actually named the Festival of the Year. Was it the Rock the Oceans, the Tortuga Music Fest? You did that. Is that still going on?
I think so. I mean, It's like one of the biggest country music festivals in South Florida, so I can't imagine it's not going on.
I know it was a gentleman named, was it Brian O'Connell that put that together? Okay. All right. I just keep track of all that stuff when I get a chance, and it's just pretty cool to see that too at the same time. I hope you get back on that festival, because I know you had a great time playing out there for just opening. I mean, I know you did some stuff with Chris Lane and Luke Combs, and you mentioned about Kip Moore. So getting back out there again is kind of a cool thing. And I love the fact you're saying always something new is coming up too. All right, let me do this one. If Maggie Baugh won one of the big lotteries tomorrow, what's the first thing she'd do with the money?
Oh my God, I'm so bad. I would literally buy something so dumb. I already had a t-shirt cannon the first time when I was young, and I got my first big check from playing a show. I literally bought myself a t-shirt cannon. My God, I'd probably buy a bounce house, or I don't know, to be honest, something really dumb.
I like that. Well, it's good to have fun out there. So we all need the shirt cannons, and we all need the bounce houses. And I got, like I said, little ones running around too. So it's good to have the bounce houses whenever you need them too. In fact, I got one put in the backyard now, one of them little blow up bounce houses. She loves it. She'll get in there and just stay for hours. And that's why people say, well, when do you read? When do you get stuff done? Well, she's playing in the bounce house or some type of.
She's also probably 18 years younger than me, though.
Yeah, but at the same time, you still have that. We're always at fun at heart, girl. I have play money too when I get a chance to go use that tonight. I'm going to go out and see the great Crystal Gale in concert.
That's fun.
Talk to her and just see that. So there's some playtime there, and we're never too old enough to have fun, right? It's just
never.
Work hard, play hard. I always believe in that mantra too, no doubt. Well, I love this too because CMT's been such a huge supporter of yours. And what's it been like for these media outlets? I mean, Next Women of Country and Fresh from Nashville, and I mean, all these things, all these opportunities come your way and just gravitate toward you. How did it feel to get involved with that CMT Next Women of Country?
So I actually did not get CMT Next Woman in Country class of 2022. I've been added on their playlist, but I have not actually been named Next Woman in Country. But having the support of CMT and Spotify and all of these outlets, it's been a dream. You know what I mean? Like I have to constantly like pinch myself to be like, is this me? Like, are we actually me here? Like, is there someone like, you know? I'm just like, why me? You know? So it's just like constantly just pinching myself and just being very grateful for everything.
Well, like I said, it's not for long. Another bold prediction stamp. It's going to happen here. So when it does happen, yeah, she'll make that announcement and say, Brandon, yep, on his show, he made another bold prediction. No doubt about it. It's just good out there. All right, we'll do this one here with you too. The title of the first song you ever wrote, or if you don't remember the title, what was the song about?
Oh my goodness. I think it was called When Rain Pours.
Oh.
Yeah, it was so bad. It was on GarageBand. I was like 11 years old. But it's basically like, when rain pours, colors shine, like you're always happy no matter what. Like even though it's like really rainy, on the top of that there's always sun clouds and it always goes away. Like my little naive 11-year-old self living in a world of rainbows and butterflies. So
what's the top 2 or 3 Maggie Baugh favorite movies and favorite flavor of ice cream?
I love Jenny's gooey butter cake ice cream. For sure. And then as far as like my favorite movies go, I go through phases. So like normally like I'll be really excited and really bold and want to watch a scary movie, and then afterwards I'd regret my choices and have to sleep with the light on. But other times I'm like a Step Brothers kind of gal. Other times I'm like Lord of the Rings. Let's watch The Hobbit. Gollum is my boy. You know what I mean? So it's just like I go through phases of just like, yeah. And then other times I go through phases of loving to read. Like I love to read, and then I'll just be like, no, I'm not going to watch a movie. The movie will like rot my brain. Then other times I'm like, okay, we're watching a movie tonight. Like
latest program to binge watch. What have you gotten into?
Ooh, Ozark.
Did you finish it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so that was my last Netflix series, and I was like, once I finished that one, and it did everything I could imagine and then some. It really did. And for the people that haven't seen it, I'm not going to ruin it out there, but I'll text you my response on what I thought the cliffhanger or the ending was. Kind of like next man up. We'll leave it at that. Kind of knew where I was going to go from there. So one of the best series Jason Bateman and that crew put together for a long time. Well, I tell people out there, it is Seeing Somebody. It's the latest single across the platform. Oh, I didn't get your favorite flavor of ice. Well, we did ice cream too as well. So I did do that too. And you know, you're making me so hungry right now. It's just like chips and guac, ice cream, and I had chicken curry earlier today, Indian food. So I love everything I get my hands on. But we did get that favorite flavor of ice cream, no doubt. Hey, was there a cartoon growing up that Maggie was into?
I mean, I grew up in the day and age of SpongeBob, Victorious, iCarly, Drake and Josh.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
No doubt. Well, again, Seeing Somebody's out there across all the platforms. Check her out. Superstar in the making. MaggieBaugh.com. Hey, always appreciate when you give us a vine here on the show, and always one of my favorites. We get a chance to catch up at the CRS every year. Looking forward to doing it again there at the Omni next year. 2023 will be March 13 to 15. Just always a great job. Keep doing you, and you're one hell of an artist, and looking forward to seeing that national attention continue just to congregate your way. Thanks so much for dropping by.
Thank you for having me.
You got it. And coming up at 3:30 today, Barton Stanley David's going to round out the triple header today. Next week, no shows Monday, back at it Tuesday. And, of course, another great lineup there on the Backstage Pass YouTube channel, of course, at the sportsguyspodcast.com and our friends over at nightwaveradio.net. Check her out. Go get the latest single and stay tuned to Maggie's socials. Exciting announcements Monday and Friday of next week. And, give me the notifications. I'll get those so we'll know what to say here on the show and put on our social media pages out there. We'll see you guys at 3:30. Barton Stanley David's going to drop by, and we'll talk to you then on the Backstage Pass. Until then, have a great afternoon into the evening hours. And Crystal Gale in Beaumont tonight at the Jefferson Theater. Go ahead and check her out if you haven't got your tickets already. I'm sure there's a link out there to do that on her social pages. Looking forward to that concert and being able to meet her in person. We'll see you guys soon. Here it is, the Backstage Pass. Until then, 3:30. Barton Stanley David here on the show. We'll see you soon.